Hey guys, I haven't been able to sit down and film my December book haul because I've just been extremely busy with life and a lot of different things. So my Christmas tree is up, which is, there we go. My Christmas tree is up, which is why you're seeing it. It's a different setup. I'm currently in my dining room and it's not my normal setup. But enough about that. Let's just get right into this video so we're not here forever. The first book is Christmas with Holly by Lisa Kelly Pass. I'm sorry if I butchered this. This is a movie on Hallmark. It was on in the beginning of November. I'm sorry. So I watched it. I loved it. It's probably now one of my new favorite Christmas movies. And I didn't know it was a book, and then I came across it, and I'm like, oh, it's the book version of the movie. Okay. So I bought the book, and I'm going to rewatch the movie after I read it. If I can get through it If I can get through it, this month, I mean. It's about a girl named Holly whose mother dies and her uncle, I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head, but her mother dies, and it's about a girl named Holly whose mother dies, and since her mother died, she hasn't talked to anyone, not her family, not her friends, no one. She doesn't really have a lot of friends, and she's just quiet, reserved. Whenever she wants to say something, she just writes it down. And after her mother dies, her uncle becomes her legal guardian. So she doesn't speak to her uncle. She doesn't speak to anybody. So they end up moving. I think they live in Washington, or they moved to Washington so her uncle can move in with her. So they move in with her two other uncles, and her uncle, who's her legal guardian, owns a coffee shop. So that's why I have to move. But yeah, it's very good. It's a very touching story as well. So yeah, I liked it. The movie was good. So, oh, I'm sorry. Her uncle's name in the book is Mark Dolan. And I don't remember what his name is in the movie, because her uncle has a different name in the movie. And I don't know what his name is off the top of my head in the movie. But yeah, it's very good. It's very touching. So now I'm hoping I can get to the book this month. I have a very, very big TBR, but I'm hoping that I can take a break from the TBR and read this book, and then rewatch the movie after that. The next book is American Drifter by Heather Graham and Chad Michael Murray. Yes, Chad Michael Murray. He was on Gilmore Girls. He played Tristan, and he was also on the OC. So I never watched the OC. I only watched Gilmore Girls. But when I heard he wrote a book, I had to pick it up. And I thought it, and this, I've never heard of Heather Graham before. So, yeah. The cover is pretty. What drew me to this was Chad. Obviously, it's Chad Michael Murray, and that was it. but it also drew me because of the story a little bit. I like on the front of it, it says, he ran from the past, now he must survive the present. And it's about a boy named River who was in the U.S. Army. I'll just read the inside of this for you. With images of war hunting him daily, U.S. Army veteran River Rolt cannot seem to break free of the past. Awake or asleep, it's impossible to forget the bombs, the threat, the bombs, the death, and the trembling of the earth. In a desperate attempt to distract himself from those horrors, he flees to Brazil, hoping the rich landscape and vibrant culture of Rio de Janeiro will drown out the nightmares. This stab at a new life takes an unexpected turn when River meets Natal, an inspired journalist and free spirit. Her presence rekindles a curiosity of the world around him that River thought was lost to him forever. It also collapses him back into the life of danger and violence he was so desperately sought to escape. Pursued by both a powering drug lord and the Brazilian government, River must flee the city and use every trick in his aspirational arsenal to stay alive. Will River escape Brazil with his life, and will he ever be free of the memories that haunt him? So, yeah, it's about a boy named River, like I just read in this, who's an Army war veteran, and he goes to Brazil to escape his past. So, it is a thriller. Now, here's one thing. I usually don't read thrillers. I don't like a lot of horror books, horror books and thrillers and that kind of thing. But I kind of just bought it because it's Chad Michael Murray, man. I mean, that's kind of why I bought it. So, Zoe over at Read by Zoe read this book, and I will post it down below. I will post her review of that down below. She did read it, and she said, if I remember to post a video, she said it was good, which is why I'm extremely excited to read it, but it was also a little dark. So that is kind of something that I need to prepare for when I get into this book. But I'm hoping I like this. I am trying to branch out into different genres. I have read a couple of other horror books before, like horror-y, thriller-y books, and I've liked them, and they've been good, so I'm kind of liking this genre, but it's not one of my favorites, but I'm hoping that this book is very good. The next one, and I think this is the one that I'm, out of all these books in this haul, I think this is the one that I'm very excited for. Staying Stylish by Candace Cameron Bure. I have all of her books that she has done. I have all of her books that she has done thus far. I absolutely love Candace Cameron Bure. She was on Full House. She did play DJ Tanner on Full House, and she is on Fuller House. And I love everything about her. I do own all of her books, and she is writing another one. I don't know if it's another book like this or if it's another memoir. She's mostly, her first 3 books were memoirs. No, her first one was like a self-helpy kind of book. Her second one was like a her first one was like a self-helpy memoir, Christian-y kind of book. Her second one was like a diet self-help advice book, and her second one was a memoir. And now her fourth one is kind of a like a guide to a lot of stuff. But I am very excited. I haven't read it yet, but probably because it's like a book like this, it's a book that I can maybe just like skim through. So, and like read parts here and there. So I am very excited to read this. I do love her. She is one of my favorite people. She is one of my favorite people and actresses, and one of my favorite authors. So even though she's an actress, a lot of actresses have written books, but she is probably one of my top favorite actresses and one of my top favorite authors. So I am very excited to own this. This is the book out of all the, like I've mentioned before, this is the book that out of all the books in this haul that I am very excited for, and I am definitely going to get into this soon when I need a break to put down my entire TBR for this month and dive right into this and like skim through it every now and then. But I'm very excited for this. The next book in this haul is Otherworld by Jason Segel and Kristen Miller. I have not read this yet. I have not even read their other series, Nightmares, that they did. This series, I'm pretty sure it's a series. This is the second series, and it's different than their first one of Nightmares. From what I know about it, I think it's about like a video game kind of thing. I think Otherworld is the name of a video game. And that's kind of about maybe all I know of it. Because it says this is not a game. So I'm assuming that it's about like a video game. Yeah, it is, because it says on the back of it, it says the company welcomes you to Otherworld, the new generation of gaming. So this is a video game, and I don't really know what it's about. It doesn't really say what it's about, but the inside kind of gives me more about it. It says there are no screams, there are no controls. You don't see and hear it. You taste, smell, and touch it too. In this new reality, there are no laws to break or rules to obey. You can live your best life, indulge every desire. It's a game so addictive, you'll never want it to end until you realize that you're the one being played. Until you realize that you're the one being played. Welcome to Otherworld, where reality is dead. Step into the future, leave your body behind. So this kind of gives me a little background as to what it's about, but it doesn't really say. But anyway, I'm very excited for this book. But not as excited about the other one. And the last one is Marry Me at Christmas by Susan Mowry. This is another Hallmark Channel movie that was turned in from a movie to a book. It's about a girl named, in the book it's different. The names are different in the book, but it's about a girl who owns a bridal store, and the client who she ends up working with, her brother is a Hollywood actor named Johnny Blake. In the book, his name is Johnny Blaze, but in the movie, his name is Johnny Blake, so they changed the names in the movie. And she ends up being her Johnny Blake's sister's personal wedding planner, personal event planner, and she doesn't realize that when she gave the Johnny Blake sister her dress for her wedding, that Johnny Blake was her brother. So she ends up working with him, and her whole life Johnny Blake has been her celebrity crush. And now she kind of has to work with him, and she ends up working with her sister, and she ends up being her wedding planner, and she ends up buying her dress from her too. So I'm not going to get into the whole thing because I don't want to spoil it, but that's all I'm going to say. And yeah, that's it. Alrighty, guys, this video ended up being longer than I wanted it to, but that's the 5 books that I bought in November. I hope you guys like this video. Because my birthday is this month, I'm probably going to get a lot of gift cards, and there are a couple books that I want, so I'm probably going to maybe get a couple of the books as gifts for Christmas and my birthday, and I will probably go a little bit crazy, so next month's book haul will probably be, I have to save my money though, because I am going to back to California again, as part of my birthday present. So I kind of have to save my money so I can get stuff while I'm in California. Maybe whether that's books or new clothes or whatever. But I just have to save my money, so I'm not going to go crazy this month on books. But I might go a tiny bit crazy on books. But a lot of the books I want, I will probably get for Christmas presents, so I don't have to go extremely crazy on books this month. But I might, but it's not, if I do, it might not be that big of a book haul it might not be that big of a book haul next month. But yeah, alright, let me know down in the comments what books you're reading this month, or what books you bought this month, and what books you're excited for this month. I would love to know. And give this book a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.